Hello, everyone. Today, we are diving into a really big topic, one that a lot of growing companies run into, building out your own VPN infrastructure. So let's get right into it, because what looks like a simple technical project on paper can, believe me, turn into a massive drain on your most important resources.
So let's just start with the big question. You need to run VPNs at a serious scale for your product. And for any talented engineering team, the first instinct is always, hey, we can build that. But have you ever paused to ask, what is the real cost of doing it yourself? And I'm not just talking about your server bill. We're talking about something way, way bigger.
And that right there brings us to the heart of the challenge with scaling. On the surface, setting up a VPN seems pretty straightforward. But as we're about to see, the real monster isn't in the initial setup, it's in everything that comes after.
I love this iceberg analogy because it's just so true. Getting a couple of VPN servers up and running, that's the tiny little tip of the iceberg that you see above the water. The real work, the huge, hidden part, 90% of the mass, is all the ongoing complexity, the spiraling costs, and the major business risks that are lurking right below the surface. This is what we call the DIY infrastructure trap. And it's that moment you realize your team has stopped focusing on your core product and has accidentally become a full-time infrastructure management company. It's a trap, and it's one you really want to avoid. So here's the fundamental conflict, right? The reality for so many companies is that their absolute best engineers get sidetracked building and maintaining these complex VPN systems that are not their core business. But the ideal, where you want to be, is having that same brilliant team focused like a laser on the features and innovations that actually grow your business and make your customers happy. And this slide, well, it pretty much paints the picture of the DIY nightmare. It is not a single task. It's a relentless, resource-draining cycle. First, you're stitching together different cloud providers. Then you have to write incredibly complex orchestration logic from the ground up. Then you're building and maintaining your own dashboards just to see what's going on. And on top of all that, you're managing global networks 24/7. This isn't a side project. It becomes a full-time job for a huge chunk of your team.
Okay, but what if there's a better way? Let's talk about the solution now. This is a totally different approach, a true platform solution that lets you shift your team's focus back to where it belongs.
And let's be super clear about what we mean by a platform. This is not just a grab bag of APIs or a list of servers you can rent. A true platform is a complete, totally integrated, production-ready system. It delivers everything you need straight out of the box. It's a total strategic shift.
So, what does everything included actually mean in practice? This is where the value just becomes crystal clear. This is how you go from being a builder of infrastructure to a consumer of it. Just take a second and look at this list. Global provisioning and centralized dashboards. Done. Real-time monitoring, health checks, and alerting, it's all there. Think about the sheer amount of work that goes into just one of these, like traffic routing or building detailed analytics. Each and every bullet point here represents a massive project that your team would have to build and then maintain forever. With a true platform, it's already done for you. This is how you reclaim your team's precious time and focus. And all of this leads to the most important thing a platform can give you. It's not just about a list of features, it's about being able to deploy with total confidence right from day one. I really want to let this quote sink in, because it just says it all. Everything is integrated, so you don't have to worry about different pieces not talking to each other. Everything is managed, so your team can actually sleep at night. And most importantly, everything is designed for production use, ready for the scale and the reliability your business absolutely demands. So let's just end with this final thought. There is zero doubt that your engineers are talented enough to build just about anything. But the real strategic question isn't, can we build it? The question you really need to answer is, what is the absolute best use of their time? Is it rebuilding complex infrastructure that already exists, or is it creating the product that's going to win in your market?